What's up, everybody? Welcome to another Raid Shadow Legends video. Today we got the man for the Hydra, Supreme Galek. This guy right here might be my favorite HP burner, block, buffs, debuffer in the entire game, bar none, for the Hydra content. Let me tell you, this guy is an absolute beast. When I got him back in my account, I got him when he first came out. We had the Supreme Elhain fusion. We had the Supremes come out for all four of the starter champions. We had Galek, we had Elhain, we had Athel, and we had our man Kale. So for all these champions, they all looked pretty good, and we had some kind of like event going on. If you pulled all of them, you got special bonuses, some, like one legendary book. Like, what does that even mean? Kind of ridiculous. I like the bonus, but I don't like how chintzy it was. Like, you can give me a little bit more, you know what I'm saying? Pulling all four Void Legos is pretty phenomenal and pretty hard to do. Not to mention expensive unless you've saved up for a phenomenal amount of time. So anyways, I ended up pulling all four at the time, which is pretty crazy. I mean, I wasn't even trying to. It just really just kind of came out like lucky. And Supreme Galek, I wasn't expecting him. I'd preferred someone else at the time. But I mean, for your Hydra content, this guy's top tier. Let me tell you, you need an HP burner, this guy's got you. Let me check out the skills real fast. Let me go over his abilities. And then we'll check out the website, see the multipliers. Now, the A3 is bar none my favorite ability he has, and just a phenomenal HP burn ability. If it just did the top part right here, that alone would be enough, but the conditional part in the bottom, I mean, just makes it all the much sweeter. Now, three of the best debuffs for the Hydra content is HP burn, block buffs debuff, and decreased speed, which happens to be all in the same ability. Like, this is absolutely nuts. So unreasoning outburst, 3-turn cooldown. That's when booked up fully, starts at 4. Attacks all enemies, has an extra 10% chance of inflicting a critical hit, has a 75% chance of placing HP burn and block buffs debuff for 2 turns, and then a conditional 30% decreased speed debuff on targets whose turn meter is higher than 50%. Supreme Galek, let's talk about that for a second, has basically an extra 10% chance to crit on all of his attacks, which means you can build him for 90% crit rate, and that works out perfectly. It'll be 100% for each attack. Now, the A2 is Bloodshed Tempest. It attacks 4 times at random, places a 50% increased attack buff in this champion for 3 turns before attacking. Each hit has a 10% extra chance of inflicting a critical hit, like we said. Each hit also has a 75% chance of instantly activating any HP burn debuffs on each target and decreasing the duration of those HP burn debuffs by 1 turn. Fills his champion's turn meter by 30% if 3 or more HP burn debuffs are activated during the attack. This is phenomenal. Let me tell you, activating the HP burns on the same ability, the same kit for the same champion as placing the HP burn ability is awesome. Top tier, 100%. Then on the A1 Exemplar of Rage, we have attacks one enemy 2 times. Each hit has an extra 10% chance of inflicting a critical hit. Each hit also has a 40% chance of increasing the duration of any HP burn debuffs on the target by 1 turn. And this pops off a lot, 60% when booked up, which is one of the most, it's one of the higher averages when it comes to A1s when booked. Very nice, very nice. Then we have Laugh at Danger. Whenever this champion receives a Fear, True Fear, Freeze, Provoke, Sleep, Stun, or Petrification debuff, instantly removes it. Then fully heals his champion and grants an extra turn. This works out very, very well for the Hydra content. I mean, you're going to get the True Fear, you're going to get feared. So if this happens, you're going to get that extra turn every once in a while. Awesome ability. The fully heals his champion, kind of hurts you sometimes. It can definitely do the max HP destroy a little bit, but that's okay. He has the aura in all battles, increases ally attack by 33%. Very nice. Now, I was lucky enough to pull a 6-star for him at some point, and originally I had Cruelty. Now, I think I might actually want to switch this to Crushing Rend, and I think we're going to go with that one. Now, for Supreme Galek, I've got access to a clan that has a lot of very high-level, high-powerful champions and accounts, and Supreme Galek is one of those champions where the majority of the people are building him for HP burn, which typically means they don't build him necessarily for critical attacks or damage, but more for speed, HP, accuracy. They want to make sure those HP burns land, and they land often and activate pretty often. But with this guy, now I was able to, I would say not everybody might be able to do this, I was able to make him tanky enough to survive in the Hydra fights without having to go extra tanky in the build with him. So for the most part, I built them for damage. Not everybody's going to be able to build them for damage, I don't think. But if you can, I think what happens in the Hydra is if you can reach the max turn count, what you really need to start doing is take some survivability off your champions, maybe a little bit of speed for some of them that are too fast, getting too many turns, and start increasing your damage so you can up the scores a bit. Now, my Supreme Galek is in that phase where I'm decreasing some of the survivability and I'm upping the damage to, get the damage numbers up. So let's go over the actual stats and the artifacts. We got speed, crit rate, crit damage. Like I said before, we only need the 90%. He'll crit 100% of the time. We got crit damage, accuracy, HP percentage. We got accuracy, defense percentage, crit rate, speed. He's very fast. That's what you want. I got crit damage on the gauntlet. If you can get crit rating, that's fine. If you can't do 100%, without the gloves. But if you can definitely get the 90% or the 100% total, with crit damage gloves, that's what you want to go for. We got speed, defense, attack on that. And then I have an attack percentage chest plate with speed, attack, crit damage, and crit rating. And then we have the speed boots. It does not have a speed ascension. I wish it did. Even an attack ascension might be all right. We got crit rate, accuracy, attack percentage on the boots, and crit damage. Very nice boots on those ones. We do got the defense percentage just to make them a little bit extra tanky. And then for the accessories, we have the revenge ring, we don't have the revenge banner, my bad. If I could get revenge on them or full refresh would be ideal. We have attack on the ring. We have attack percentage, defense percentage, and HP percentage. For the necklace amulet, we have crit damage, accuracy, defense, attack, and HP, and then we have accuracy on the banner. Missing speed here, but that's okay. Got attack percentage, flat attack, flat defense, and flat HP. Let's check out the total stats real quick again. 46,000 HPs, definitely could be higher. 5,600 attack, definitely could be higher there as well. 3,000 defense, definitely could be higher there as well. 251 speed, decent speed, 91% crit rating, which translates to 100 on all of his abilities. And then we have almost 300% crit damage. We're trying to get his damage up. And then 445 accuracy with 215 resistance. And then for the Hydra, let's go ahead and show the bonuses real fast, just so you can see where we're at. We have extra 4 speed, 12% extra ignore defense. And then let's check out the masteries real fast. Right here we have War Master. I mean, maybe in the future I might even want to test out Helm Smasher to see if that one will do a little bit more damage. But for right now, we have Deadly Precision, we have Keen Strike, we have Shield Breaker, we have Life Drinker, we have Single Out, Wrath of the Slain, Bring It Down, Methodical, and we're just going for that extra damage. Then on the defense side, we have Tough Skin, Blast Proof, Surgent, Lay Death, and the 2 extra counterattack abilities here, Deterrence and Retribution. Go check out the website, check out the multipliers really fast. We have Exemplar of Rage, A1, attacks 2 times, 2.1 times attack for each hit. That's 4.2 in total. We have Bloodshed Tempest, it's a 4-hitter, 4 times random, 1.65 per attack. Let's say that all the attacks hit the same target. It's going to equal out to 6.6 times attack multiplier. And then Unreasoning Outburst, his A3 AoE is 4.6 times attack, which is very, very high. It's a very nice ability. We got the champion loadout we're actually talking about right here, the Supreme Burner. Go ahead and check that out on the website. All right, I think we're good to go. Let's go ahead and get him into the fight. Let's go show the team off real quick. Now, the last time I did a battle, we had it at about 300 million or so. So I'm expecting a similar amount, a similar score. Show you guys the team. So the typical team is going to be Nekmothar in the lead. We have Supreme Galek here, Mishinaki. We should actually put them in reverse order just in case they do counterattack. Go ahead and do that now. Show you guys the AI setup first. So we have Nekmo in speed weirding. We have Supreme Galek with Unreasoning Outburst first, and then Bloodshed Tempest second. Mishinaki with Dire Whirl second, but starting off first, Double Degeneracy. And then we have Invincible Shell with Krisk, and we have Newt with Blessed Bash. Stiffy with the Whirlwind Romance. So we're going to swap these 2 spots just in case Mishinaki counterattacks or puts on the burning bonds, then Supreme Galek can actually use the A1 to extend those HP burn debuffs there. Go ahead and do that. All right, there we go. So let's go ahead and get started with the fight. It's going to be a pretty good fight. It's a pretty good team. I would say, like I said before, we're kind of pushing the damage on Supreme Galek a little bit, and the reason why is because we have like Krisk and Siphi to kind of keep him alive, keep him up. He's not really going to die very often, and that's not going to be a problem. It might have been a problem maybe early in the account, early when I got him. He might have died a little bit every once in a while, maybe if like the Hit of Wrath came through and smacked him when there was no buffs on or something like that. But for the most part, ally protection, buffs, they keep him up. He's alive the whole fight. He doesn't go down. If he does, we can bring him right back up and start slapping again. So let's go ahead and get started with the fight. Here we go. Now, I like to do manual with my fights because they're not really good enough to be smart enough to do full auto with the best scores, and I'm trying to compete for Hydra Clash. So what I prefer to do is actually, do manual runs and try to get the best scores possible. Now, we're going to go ahead and do the A2 here with Mishinaki. We got the Provoke on with Krisk. Now, here comes Supreme Galek. We have the A3. We're going to get the Fear. We should get an extra turn and roll into the A2. And also, we had the Relentless set. So he's getting extra turns throughout the fight. I forgot to mention that. We have him Relentless and Perception. So that works out very well. Doesn't really matter. It's going to be random, whoever he hits. There we go. We got another turn. And we got Feared. So that happens. It's going to go on cooldown as passive ability and then come back. Use Blessed Bash from Newt. As you can see, when people get feared, he's counterattacking there. And if there was an HP burn there, it would extend it. Always very nice. I'm going to go ahead and use Krisk's A2, and that way Supreme Galek is not taking that full brunt of that hit from the Hit of Wrath. Go ahead and use Double Degeneracy, A3. All right, there comes the hit. As you can see, everybody lived. Supreme Galek, full health. He does have that destroyed max HP, like I said. So if we had someone here like, say, Mariska, for example, I mean, she could definitely correct that instantly, and it wouldn't be a problem at all. Go ahead and do the A3 with Necmo, and the A2, A1. Go ahead and A3 again. All right, Head of Wrath coming in with some provokes. As you can see, they're not taking a lot of damage. Everybody seems to be just fine. Able to go over there and attack them with some counterattacks. Okay, now they stole his buffs. No big deal. Got the block buffs debuff on. Okay, now we got the cleanse. No big deal. Big deal. Go ahead and put the provoke on and prevent him from putting on the shield. Go ahead and use the A1. I might have messed up there and not used the provoke on the turn prior to that, but it's okay. We use a Double Degeneracy to remove those buffs there. Go ahead and put the increased speed and then the decreased speed on. Okay, we got the counterattack, no big deal. Go ahead and send it there to get a heal. All right, now if we could have got the A2 back around before that, that would have been better. All right. I feel like I messed up somewhere. All right, here we're going to use the A3 again. Now we should get some decreased speed debuffs on here. All right, came back around and that refreshed. Very nice. Let's go ahead and use the A2. Go ahead and use the A2 from Newt. A2 from Mishinaki. All right, A2 from Siphi. Use the A2 from Krisk. And we should have saved that normally till it comes back around. And use the A1 when he usually has his buff on right here. That way, that's not on cooldown when he comes and smacks us later. All right, that hit is dead. Get back a little bit of max HP. All right, let's get that. Oh, never mind. Try to take out this head as soon as possible once his turn meter goes down a little bit. Go ahead and put the increased speed on and then decrease speed again. Little turn meter boost. Going to get those buffs off. Use the decreased speed A1, A2 from Siffy. All right, so let's go ahead and smack this guy. Let's get him out of here. All right, the fears are now gone. So for the rest of the fight, I mean, he'll come back around every once in a while, but for the rest of the fight, you know, for the most part, we don't got to be in fear of worrying about having any more tough heads come around at the same time, now that we got him kind of broken up a little bit. So we'll get this guy to go down next. We'll work on him last. And this would be a good time to use the A2. Come back around to use his attack at 15 turn counter. All right, let's hit this one. Go ahead and do the decreased speed. Go ahead and use the A1. A1, the deceased head, or decapitated head. All right, let's get that provoke on before he cleanses. And let's get the block debuffs buff on. There we go. Okay, now came back around again. Let's go ahead and use the A1 on the decapitated head. Got an extra turn again. Go ahead and use the A2. All right. 3 speed buffs. Now, he's going so many times with the Relentless set and the extra turns that he kind of like wears off those buffs, which is very good to have Nekmothar kind of refresh him. Now let's go ahead and A3 and get those buffs off. And A1. Go ahead and A2 with Siffy. All right, let's go ahead and use the A2 from Newt. And the A3 again from Supreme Galek. And now when this head dies right here, it should reduce the turn meter of everybody. Not sure if that's going to happen just yet or not. Kind of forced that to happen right now. Maybe. There we go. All right, so turn meter decrease there on all the heads. Go ahead and use A1 one more time. Try to get the decreased speed on, which did not land. A1, we get the increased debuff duration for the HP burn there. All right, now let's go ahead and use the A3 on the head on the left. I really do not like this head right here, the provoke head. All right, now normally what I would do is put it on like 2 times speed here, kind of put it in fast forward, put some music on in the background and take you guys all the way to the end to show you guys the end score. But I'm running out of hard drive space, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to cut it. I'm going to take you guys to the very end where we reach the turn count limit, then show you guys the score, and then wrap the video up from there. So let's go ahead, Hollywood Magic, boom. All right, so previously we got about 300 million. It looks like we're going to get a little bit shorter this time. And I think the big difference is probably either RNG or we took off the cruelty blessing from Supreme Galek, and then we haven't replaced that with a better blessing for like Nekmothar, for example. Now, in the future, Crushing Rend, I think, is the better blessing for Supreme Galek, but I do need a higher cruelty blessing on someone like either Nekmothar or in the future, if I replace him with Ralzovarg. Ralzovarg actually has a 5-star one, so that might actually work out a little bit better. I think maybe next fight I'll replace him with Ralzovarg. We'll have Ralzovarg instead of Nekmothar here with Supreme Galek, and that should up the score significantly for the entire team. But as it stands, we had 300 million from previous time, and then we're going to have whatever the end score is here. This is looking to be about, I don't know, 285 million or so. As we can see with the score initially, Supreme Galek has a much higher score than last time, about a 14, 15 million increase. But we have a decrease in Mishinaki's score, Newt's score, and Nekmothar's score by a small margin. So I do believe that if we can up their scores back to where they originally were, we're going to have a much higher score count overall, and Supreme Galek is looking pretty good here. So I'm pretty pleased with the results. Go ahead and wrap the video up here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys did, please like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next video. You guys take it easy. Have a great day. Peace.